The United States men's national team made history on home soil, but a dark cloud is hanging over their dream start to the 2026 World Cup. On a historic Friday night in Los Angeles, the Americans absolutely dismantled Paraguay 4-1 in front of a sold-out, star-studded crowd of over 70,000 fans. It was the first men's World Cup match played in America in 32 years, and the boys in red, white, and blue made sure it was unforgettable. They dropped 4 goals on Paraguay, the most the U.S. has ever scored in a single World Cup match. Striker Folarin Balogun went completely berserk, becoming the first American player to score a brace in a World Cup game since way back in 1930. The U.S. shattered Paraguay's famous defense just 7 minutes in. Christian Pulisic deftly split 2 defenders, feeding Weston McKennie, whose dangerous cross forced an own goal from Paraguay's Bobadilla. Then, right after a first-half hydration break, Pulisic struck again for 2-0. Right on the stroke of halftime, Balogun locked down his historic double, shaking off a sliding defender and hammering a wicked left-footed rocket into the top corner. It was a flawless half of soccer. But then, disaster struck. When the teams walked out for the second half, Christian Pulisic was nowhere to be found. The American talisman was subbed off due to a tight calf. While Paraguay took advantage of the defensive confusion to pull 1 goal back in the 73rd minute, the Americans maintained control. In the closing seconds of the match, Gio Reyna iced the game, curling a beautiful shot into the back of the net with the outside of his right foot. Paraguay coach Gustavo Alfaro called the 4-1 loss a very painful lesson, admitting his squad was completely outclassed. But while the action on the pitch was wild, the energy in the stands was on a completely different level. The match drew a massive crowd of high-profile spectators under the stadium's semi-translucent roof. Tom Cruise was spotted cheering, and David Beckham arrived fresh off receiving a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Paris Hilton pulled up in a custom Hilton 26 Diamante jersey, calling the moment iconic. The soccer fever didn't stay in LA either. Across the country, in Washington, D.C., jubilant fans turned the National Mall into a massive sea of red, white, and blue for a free watch party, while families in Oakland filled the outfields of baseball parks just to witness history. Sitting right in the suites, watching it all unfold, was U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, alongside FIFA President Gianni Infantino. The U.S. has laid down a massive marker for the rest of the tournament, matching the energy of their fans. But with a highly favored match against Australia coming up on June 19th in Seattle, everything hinges on one massive question. Will Captain America be healthy enough to lead them? What are your thoughts on that Pulisic injury? Are we doomed without him, or is Balogun enough to carry this team all the way?